Sure. Well, obviously, a great result for our club. Coming here it was a special trip. I've never been here before, and just the amount of respect I have, for UConn basketball over the years. I mean, literally they've dominated the sport. I'm in my 27th or 28th year, and I know scheduling's tough, and I have a ton of respect for him and the program, and we also got a good hop today. With Reed out of the game, I mean, we're not going to say it doesn't change things. We know that changes things, but if you get a good hop, field it in turn two, and our guys found a way to do that, and so I'm really proud of our team. A ton of credit, great atmosphere. I'd love to see what this place is on $1 beer night. $2 beer night was pretty impressive. $1 beer night, can we take it up another level? It was pretty impressive. So a ton of fun. Proud of this guy here next to me, just so steady. And all the things he's going to say in this deal. He's going to give all his credit to his teammates, which is what a great point guard does. But I'm really proud of him and just, the player he's developed into being. And JB had big dreams, as a basketball player. And sometimes it just takes a little bit of time, but I'm telling you what, it's really impressive what he's done here this past month. I mean, he's literally a rock star. So let's get some questions so we can get out of here. Well, that's how we're built. We know. As you look at the landscape of college basketball, if you're not up for the physical fight, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to be a team that wins consistently at a high level. It's going to be tough to win on the road. It's going to be tough to win in the NCAA tournament. It's going to be tough to make a deep run. And so we want to build our team with guys that are capable of playing physical basketball, and we play a way that I think kind of. Allows us to kind of accentuate their mobility and their athleticism, but at the same point, like we're here for the hits, and we have no problem with body to body contact.
Coach, it's pretty rare for you guys to play in a top 5 matchup in a true road game, especially this early in the season. Can you talk about the overall atmosphere and environment here in Storrs and how you're looking to use this win going into non-conference? The rest of non-conference and Big 12 play?
Yeah. First off, you schedule the game, a while back, not knowing you're both going to be ranked in the top 5. So, it's pretty cool when the kind of, you're on a collision course and it actually hits like that. Just a great opportunity for our program to have a kind of a marquee win in a tough place. As for moving forward, my whole mindset coming into this game was, we've gotten off to a good start this season. And, and let's be honest, the Florida game could have went another direction. The UCLA game could have went another direction. So let's not act like we've, got all the world's problems solved. But we're having a lot of incredible experiences, and we have a new team, a young team, and, with some great veteran leadership. I was really looking forward to getting through this game, no matter what the result was. And having an incredible 2 weeks where we can get better. We need to take a step as a program. This win here isn't gonna mean we're going to be a great team in January or February. But the next 2 weeks of practice and our preparation, we'll have more say in how we're going to be down the line. So we're going to get on the plane. We're going to get home really late. We're going to take tomorrow off, and then we're just going to get back in the gym, and it's going to be the normal process. And we're really going to double down on getting better the next couple weeks.
Tommy, where does Reed's absence hurt them the most or help you the most?
Listen. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I'm sure on the glass it hurts. We end up out rebounding UConn by 20. Probably the last time that happened. It's literally probably an anomaly. We really wanted to lock in on the glass, and we had some certain shots we wanted to force them to shoot, and we hoped if they missed, there would be some shorter rebounds, and we could kind of, use our size and our athleticism to kind of, and activity to kind of corral those rebounds. But that, and then he's also a guy that can play through on the block. So when you can play through somebody on a block, it creates foul pressure. So that puts pressure on our bigs. We really wanted in this game, we probably look back at it, we probably could have even done a better job of, going at Caravan inside, going at, Rebay inside, and we were going to go at Reed inside. We're going to try. And just because I think that foul pressure, really, really impacts the game. And we were going to give it a good look, and it was a physical game. The referees, I thought, did a good job for both teams. It was as high ranked as official crews you can get, And
You really seem to key on Caravan defensively. Is that in part?
well, you have to against these guys. And to be honest with you, what Danny and his staff have done with their offense is really kind of revolutionized the game. But I don't think anybody else has been able to kind of mimic it. Yeah, I mean, it's just a massive amount of movement, and it's actions layered on top of actions, and there's actually a rhyme and a reason and an organization to it that, it's like a Rubik's Cube. I haven't figured it out. But the one thing I did figure out is number 1 and number 11 are really important in that. So we got to do a great job staying on their bodies. That's why we decided to go to a non-switching plan. Where a lot of teams would maybe look at that and say, we want to switch. We were like, we want to stay on their body. We want to top lock when we can. We want to make their catches tough. We want to let them know that every time they get a screen, there's a good chance we're going to be fighting through it with them. And just kind of take our chances with that. We had worked on a plan B of switching some of that stuff, but our plan A was to fight our asses off and get through it.
Tommy, I mean, Jaden took over late against Florida, took over late against UCLA. Obviously had the basket to put you guys up 3 late today. How comfortable and confident does it make you to have him, with the ball in his hands late in the game?
Well, extremely. I mean, you guys probably need to start asking him some questions. I'm talking too much. So next question's for him. Thanks, Matt. Okay, good effort making it. I heard you weren't coming. Okay. Yeah, I mean, when you have a point guard who is selfless and also a baller and who has big enough cojones to take and make those shots at the end of a game, it's pretty special. And we have that in him. And it's really cool to see him kind of grow into that role. It's honestly, it's nothing he and I have ever talked about. So he gets all the credit. He gets all the credit for taking on that responsibility. And it's really impacted our team in a really, really positive way. So I'm really proud of him.
Jaden, how have you grown over the past few years? I'm just going to springboard off of what Jeff just asked Tommy. I watched the win over Florida. I watched how you helped key your team to the win over UCLA, and then you had the up and under. The up and under really is what gave you a little bit of a needed cushion to get this done. Can you just articulate for us the kind of mindset and confidence that you have in these kind of games, in this environment? I mean, you heard how loud Gampel was. Where do you draw that confidence from, and how have you grown over the past few years to get it?
I would just say trusting in my work, trusting in the coaches, putting me in great positions, and my teammates, making sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, on the court.
Jaden, just following up on that kind of in a way, did that UCLA game carry over towards the end? I mean, the way you did it there, and then could you describe kind of that last drive that you had? What was that? What was intended for that play? You wound up burning off some time and then getting it in there for the layup.
Most of our games have been, down to the wire, down to the stretch, and coaches drew up a great set, and we were able to get a ball screen, and my guys gave me great space, and I was able to make the layup, and we got to stop at the end.
Any other questions, Bruce?
Well, Tommy, I know you don't necessarily talk about this, but except for last year, you always have a great record in November getting things together. What about this team is kind of like that, where it's just clicking so far,
I mean, listen, we prepare to try to win every game, and we're fortunate that it's a lot of years it's worked out. But like I said, the journey is long, and I think this team's built for the journey. So, we're not gonna overreact. We're not gonna act like we're anointed, ultimate success long term. We got to go have a couple good weeks of practice, and we got to get better. And that's the only mindset we can have, is that growth mindset, and that's something this group has talked about, for the past 3 or 4 months, as we've been kind of, identifying what we want our culture to look like and feel like. See you guys.
Thank you.